Hey y'all, so listen. Trump was elected president of the United States. In this video, I want to take a look at how will this affect my investments and overall net worth. Okay? Now, after the election, I kept hearing that the stock market is booming. Have you guys heard that? The stock market is booming. And so I want to take a look at my net worth to see just how booming was the stock market, okay? Now, for the past 5 or 6 years, 5 years, let's say, I have been tracking my net worth, okay? So I know how my net worth has been through at least 2 presidencies. At least 2 presidential administrations. So I kind of have historical data on how the market has performed over the years. So let's take a look at is this market performing any different? And we're going to be taking a look at it through the example of my net worth. Now, because the market rises and falls every day, every hour of the day, minute of the day, it constantly rises and falls throughout the day, right? To get the most positive aspect as possible, I did something I don't normally do. Now, normally when I check in with my net worth, I will check in on a random day of the month, at a random time of the day. And I will write down whatever the numbers are at that given point in time. And then I do the math, and that is my net worth, okay? But for this example, I tracked my net worth on 5 different days from the period of November 7th. So 2 days after the election results came in, actually a day, because I believe it came in on November 6th, right? The day after we voted, all the way up to November 12th. And so between those time periods, November 7th through November 12th, I took the highest numbers. Okay? So if I checked one account and on November 7th, it was low. And then on day 8th, it was higher. I took the highest of the 2 numbers. So always took the highest of the 2 numbers so that we get the most positive, healthy examples as possible, so that I'm not just trying to show, no, the market didn't do well. Or actually, it will look better than it probably actually was, because again, I took the highest numbers. I don't normally do this, but for this example, this is what I'm doing, okay? Because I don't want people to say, it's because you purposely took the lowest numbers. And I could take the average. But I just decided, let's just go super positive. We're going to take the highest. So I didn't take the average. Could have did that, but clearly I'm just thinking about that right now. Anyways, so let's talk about it, guys. So like I said, I took the highest numbers to make it as fair and as booming as possible. So is the stock market booming after Trump was elected president? So the last time we looked at our net worth, it was last month in October, okay? And so this time we're going to take a look at it, and we are looking at the 3 categories that I always look at, because it's the 3 categories that I've been looking at, okay? A lot of people have this thing about what can be defined as an asset. But honestly, I'm taking the word asset and the asset classes that I'm using from the strictest definition of asset. Asset is anything of value that you can sell and get money from. Okay? Now, we're not going to look at furniture or all of the mediocre things in our house, which we could, because trust me, if you pass away and if your estate owes debts and debts and debts, the state will come in and they will perform an auction, a sale on the assets in your home. Have you guys ever been to an estate sale before? Have you? Where they will put price tags on every single thing down to an ashtray and sell it in order to recoup back money. Okay, so we're not taking it that far, but we are going to look at 3 things. First up, cars. We're going to look at the car asset. This car right here, my Tesla, which a lot of you know that we've had some issues with, but we did get some repairs made. And before we did this, even with the issue, I did have what was it called? Trade-in. I did get a trade-in estimate on what they would give me, and that was with the car broken down. Okay. All right. So the last time we did this, our car was worth $15,900. Now it is worth $16,176. And that's another thing that we always get a conversation about. How is it that the car goes up in value? Because it did. I talked about this in another video, so we're not going to over explain this now. But if anybody wants to drop down in the comments and tell us why, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay. But in the meantime, this was an increase of $276 of this asset's value. Next up, let's take a look at our property asset. Now, we only have one home right now. It's our primary house that we live in. And yes, we do house hack. If anybody wants to know, because some people have definitions on when your personal property can be considered an asset. But honestly, guys, even if I didn't house hack, this is still an asset. Anyways, last month it was worth, according to Zillow.com, $988,800. Now it is worth $992,800. I still owe on this property $135,670. When I subtract that from what its value is, this gives us a net asset value of $857,130. This is an increase in 1 month of $5,320. Now, let's move on to savings and investments. And this is probably the only thing that a lot of you consider to be the real net worth, which is fine with me. Fine with me. And honestly, I have a few other videos on this channel where I talk about financial independence and I talk about my 5 numbers. My 5 numbers, my financial independent numbers. This thing. All right, hold on. Okay, it's like the tracker on me stopped. Therefore, I was kept going in and out of focus. Okay, so my FI number, my financial independent number, is actually only based on my savings and investment. It's not based on my house asset. It's not based on my car asset. It's only based on my savings and investment numbers. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about savings and investments. And yes, I combine this. Somebody asked me in the comments if I can break it down, if I can break it out. Nope, I can't. I don't want to. I have several different accounts and I don't want to reveal all of the different accounts or how much money is all of the different accounts. A lot of times it's because if you ask me for a loan, if anybody asks me for a loan, I can always say it's tied up in investments, and it is. But know that the majority of my money, the majority of this money is in investments, okay? Because we all know the rule of thumb for savings. The rule of thumb is to save, let's say, at most a year. Now, I have a little bit more than a year in savings, and that's because I'm working to pay off my house, right? So a lot of that money is tied up because it has a purpose, it has a plan. But it is still being held in a high yield savings account. So it is still considered an investment because it is still earning as little as 4% interest a month. As little as, because a high yield savings account, the interest rate rises and falls. And I will say that I do have Goldman Sachs Marcus because they do have a referral code. With a referral code, if you open up an account, you get an extra bonus. And if you use my referral code, I will get an extra bonus. Or the referral code of whoever I send to you, because I do send out others because they only let us give out 5 a year. Okay, so that's what that is. So either way it shakes, it's all investments. Okay, so the last time we did this, I had $742,321 in savings and investments. This time I have $756,134 in savings and investments. That is an increase of $13,813. Okay, so let's recap. Let's recap our total net worth. So in cars, there's $16,176. In property, $857,130. And in savings and investments, $756,134. This gives us a total net worth of $1,629,440. This is a 1 month increase of $19,409 from the stock market that is or isn't booming, from the stock market, from the market itself, because even our high yield savings account is based off of what the feds are doing with interest rates and so on and so forth. So from the market, $13,819 is coming from that. Okay, what do you think? Do you think this constitutes a booming market? And I also understand that different people are invested in different things, and some things go better than others as far as stocks are concerned. We understand that. And so it could be that maybe I'm just not invested in the right things, or maybe some of the things I'm invested in are doing a little better than others. Who knows? But do I think that this is a booming market? I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say it's booming. I would say this is stable. This is a stable market. This market is doing what the market has always done based off of my historical data on what the market has done. And I do have a video, Eye in the Sky, where I discuss my history on the changes in my net worth month to month, or batches a month after batches a month over several years. Okay, so if you're interested in that, check that out. Eye in the Sky. Yeah, that's all I have for you. That's all I have for you. But I'm happy with it because, again, a $19,000 increase in just 1 month, that's more than I even make in a month. So I'm happy with that. So thank you all so much for being here. If you found this useful, don't forget to thumbs up. If you just want to support me, don't forget to thumbs up. Talk to me in the comments below and subscribe for more conversations like this. And we're going to continue to track our net worth over the next 4 years, and we're going to see what's happening. Do we want it to be booming? Of course we do. Of course we do. All right, until the next video, y'all. Peace.